After my recently posted video on the Karcher K4, K5 versus the K7, mainly reviewing the top of the range K7 that I have here, I thought it was only fair to head to the other end of the range to review and demonstrate the Karcher K2. I'll discuss what you get with the different K2 models, compact, home, etc. Also versus the K3, as the K3 shares some similarities. The K3 is the next model up from the K2, and what extras do you get if you bought the K3? As these budget modules from Karcher have great advantage over the price, size and weight of the larger, more expensive models, but are they any good? And what are you missing from the more expensive models? First off, it's not all about pressure, that's only half the cleaning. You also need a fair amount of flow for good cleaning. The more expensive models from Karcher have more pressure, but they also have more flow. So I have got pressure washers, both domestic Karcher K series like these, and a couple of more professional HD versions like that. So I do know a thing or two about pressure washers. As with all other Karcher K series pressure washers from Karcher, the K2 models have the same pump, pressure and flow, and the K3s have the same pump, pressure and flow. So that's 110 bar and a flow of 360 litres power for the K2, and 120 bar and a flow of 380 litres power for the K3. The K2 has a 1.4 kilowatt motor and the K3 has a 1.6 kilowatt motor, but they both come with a 5 metre long power cable. As mentioned in my other video, with their compact or control versions, these both have the same pump, pressure and flow as each other and characteristics in that series. But they come with different cases, storage solutions, wheels and accessories, etc. So if it has home, then it comes with a tracer for your patios. But not this one, because this is what comes with my K7. And if it has power, then it comes with a dirt blaster lance. Now, although this is standard across the K2 and K3 models in the UK. Now, if it has car in the name, then you also have a nozzle for putting detergent straight from the gun. That's my auto clean version, by the way. But it's not as good quality as that. So for the latest prices, then please check out my links below, as prices do quite often change. And please like and subscribe for free for upcoming videos. But I'll be showing some other accessories and other tech. Talking of accessories, as a market leader, this is one area that Karcher K series score over the other different makes of pressure washers out there. There's lots of accessories, both Karcher's own accessories and alternative makes, like this auto gleam lance, for instance. It will just connect straight to the machine, straight out of the box. Also, most DIY garden centres and Halfords, etc., they'll have pressure washers or accessories, then they are usually either Karcher or Karcher compatible. The model I have here to demonstrate is the compact version. So this is the cheapest version of the Karcher pressure washer lineup, but I will mention the difference to the control versions, which usually cost more. But please remember that all the K2 series have the same pump, pressure and flow, so their cleaning ability will be the same. And also, if you add aftermarket accessory, then they'll perform the same as well. But this is also true of the K3 series. The K2 compact version comes with a 4 metre high pressure hose and a 5 metre hose on the power control versions, while the K3 has a 6 metre hose on the K3 home, and the K3 power control come with a longer 7 metre hose. So onto this one. Out of this box, this version comes with a G120 gun, a dirt blaster nozzle and a spray nozzle. Also comes with a quick connect garden hose. So this is a universal garden hose, so it'll fit either Karcher, hose lock or similar, or whatever ones you have. You pull this tube out here and put it in a bottle for the detergents, where the K3 has a tank to put the chemicals in. The K2 and the K3 power control also has wheels, and as I mentioned in the other various, like the home, etc., then comes with a tracer. One of the areas where the Karcher saves money on these cheap entry-level machines, apart from the smaller power cable and smaller motor and pump, is that these are fitted with a non-water-cooled pump, whereas the K4 here, that has a water-cooled pump which is supposed to protect prolonged life. Now, I've had this K290 here, which became the K2 series, and I've had that for 20 years and that's still working. But to be fair, usually I'll go for one of my other machines because I have them. Also, the high pressure hose is shorter on the cheaper models, so you'd notice this if you're trying to wash a car, for example. as you'd have to lift and manoeuvre this machine around as you go around your vehicle, or if you're climbing a ladder, for example, to wash something like some guttering. The variable lance is also standard on the K4 models and upwards, so onto using the machine. So onto the unit. Quick continuity error, I know, but it started raining and it's now freezing cold. So on to the universal quick connect, so you just screw that in on the back. So here's the tube, so you pull that out if you wanted to put it into, say, some cleaner, so you can have large containers like that or smaller ones. So back around to the front. The K2 comes with, I'll just try and move these closer, comes with the plastic connects for the hose, where from the K4 which you actually have the brass ones, which are a bit high quality on, say, something like the K4 here. But the hose itself, you just pull this up and then that just pushes in, and then you just push down to lock it in place. And the same on the gun, so just pull this tab down so it's open like that. You get the connector, and it's got a bit of a flat side to it, so you just get the connector, just push it in like that, and then just click it in place. So that's your gun now connected. Now the end of the lance, like with all the other Karcher accessories, just pushes in and twists, and that's it locked in place. So that's your standard lance, and this is your dirt blaster lance. Now on the pressure washer itself, you have a little bit of storage. You just put it on the floor. And the pressure washer itself has a bit of storage, so you can just store your lances like so. So I'll just go and get the water hose. So on here I've got a Karcher Quick Connect, but all universal quick connects like hose lock, etc., they sort of just fit on. So that's the water connected. So get the power cable, plug it in, but don't turn on the machine. First off, turn on your water. So before you turn on the machine itself, you want to expel the air from your hose pipe. So you'll hear it just make a bit of different sound as the air comes through. Right, now the air's through, so just turn on. And this is working like this. So there's no way of adjusting the actual, there's no way of adjusting the fan on this. It's a straightforward one piece. So if you need a bit more power, obviously you go to dirt blaster lance. So just remove that. Get the dirt blaster lance, just twist it on like this, and then this does a spiral but in a thin pencil jet. So when you finish with the machine, just turn it off and then just expel the water to release the pressure in the machine. So to remove the gun, just push up a bit, slide out the yellow tab, and then just pull off the gun. And again, on the machine itself, just push in, slide up the grey clip, and then that just pops out like so. And then with the hose, just hook it over the top of the machine there. So my recommendations, if you've never had a pressure washer, then the K2 does remarkably well. It's more suited to small cleaning tasks and low power jobs like cleaning wooden garden furniture, potted plant containers, etc. and also car cleaning, where you'd go over the car with a sponge or wash mitt anyway. You'd also do this with the more powerful versions as well, as you'd probably turn down the power anyway on these models if you're washing a car. But you'll also find that on the K2 you'll be using the dirt blaster lamps more and more for everyday jobs. It's portable, so that makes it carrying around your property easy, especially if you have restricted access, etc. Where manoeuvring something like the K7 I have here, full-size machine, it's quite hard as it's quite heavy and quite bulky. But for cleaning patios, etc., the dirt blaster lamps, you'd work a lot closer doing a small job at a time. This is where you'd want more power. If you spend a lot of time going up and down over and over the same workpiece, the price, the K2 is hard to beat, as you'd have to pay approximately twice as much for a K4 model. If you're looking at buying the K3 at home, then the gap between that and the K4 is much closer, and I would suggest that you actually spent the money and bought the K4. So I'll be reviewing this K4 next, so please like and subscribe for this upcoming video, as well as videos on accessories.